Today I'm going to be making something really fun for children, and these are my frozen yogurt dots. And this is my version of something called Dippin' Dots, which I saw at one of the local hockey rinks when I took my daughter a couple of months ago. So this one here is really simple. You just need a little bit of your favorite yogurt, and what I've done is I've strained the yogurt so that none of the little pieces of fruit are in it, because I do want it to pass through my piping bag really easily. So strain your yogurt if it has any little pieces of fruit. That's number one. So this is a really simple one today. You need a little bit of your favorite yogurt, a piping bag, a small tray, and a little bit of parchment paper or waxed paper. If you don't have a lot of space in your freezer, I suggest taking a small cutting board and cutting out a little piece of parchment paper or wax paper, and that will do the trick as well. I just thought I would show you how I put this together. This is called the Wilton Twist. I take the first little piece, pop that into the bottom of my piping bag. Then I grab this little piece. This screws on. If you're not using the piping bag and it's filled with frosting, you can take this little cap and just, twist that on there, and it really keeps everything nice in there. We're going to be using a little tip, and I am using the number 10 today. So I'm going to get that on there. This goes on, and you just give it a little twist, and you're ready to go. So I'm going to fill that up, and I'll come back. Okay, so my piping bag is now full of yogurt, and we are ready to go. And the secret is, make tiny dots. Don't make them really large. So I'm just going to start off. So you just make a whole bunch. So you see what I'm doing here? I'm not applying a lot of pressure because the yogurt is very thin. And leave a little bit of space because it is going to flow a little bit. Not too much, but you just don't want the little dots touching each other. And this little dessert, we must freeze it. And this is also a dessert that you have to serve right away. Once you bring these out of the freezer, they're going to be hard as a rock, and then we're going to put them into a little serving bowl, and then you give them to the kids right away. And they are so fun. And I first saw these a couple of months ago. We were at a hockey game. My daughter and I were at a hockey game, and I saw these. She had got them at the little local stand, and I had no clue what they were. And as soon as I saw them, I thought, you know what, I think I could do this with yogurt. Something on a frozen yogurt kind of thought. And so I thought, let's try these out and see. So we've been making these quite a few times, and I thought I would just do a video on these. And you can do this with a little Ziploc baggie as well. So fill up your Ziploc baggie first, and then cut a tiny hole in the corner. And it works equally as well. There, that's good enough for this little video. Okay, so at this point, I am going to pop these into my freezer until they're frozen solid. So my tray is now in the freezer, chilling down, and for fun I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a little bit more using a Ziploc just to show you that it actually does work. So I'm going to fill this up with yogurt, and I'll be back in a second. So I have my cutting board here and a little piece of parchment paper. I've got my little baggie filled with yogurt, and now I'm just going to cut off a tiny little piece in the corner. Okay, make sure the top is well sealed, and then just gently get it down into the corner. Squeeze it down, and we are ready to go. And once you get it down, nicely, then you can start feeling the process and getting a nice little circle. But you can see it works just as well with a Ziploc baggie. Just make sure Don't cut that hole too large. And if you wanted to, you could also take different colors of yogurt, or even add food coloring to yogurt and change up the colors. And then you can have different colors in the bowls, which would be a very cool idea as well. Perfect. See, and it doesn't use up a lot at all. So now I'll pop these into the freezer, and I'm going to let these go. I don't remember exactly how long. It could be about 2 hours, could be an hour. Whenever they're ready, I'll come back. I'll let you know. So this is about 1 hour later, and all my little dots are nice and frozen. I did put my little serving dish in the freezer for about 15 minutes just to chill the glass. And I'll just show you what these look like now, or how they react. You can see that they're all solid. And what you want to do now is you just want to lift them and get them right into your serving dish. So what you can do is you can put all these into the serving dishes and then pop them right back into the freezer. They have to go back into the freezer. But kids really, really love these. And you have to work quickly, because as these start to come up to room temperature, they're just going to turn to mush. But if you serve them cold, they are really, really fun. So there's our first little bit. So I'm going to pop these into the freezer, and then I'm going to go get my large tray and we're going to add to this. Okay, here are our next ones. This is the first tray that we made, and this just came out of the freezer. And you can see how frozen these are. And you just want to get those into your serving dish. So you really do have to work rather quickly with these. They are small, so they will melt or come up to temperature quite quickly. And you can just keep reusing this paper over and over again. So there's no need to use new paper each time you do this. And you see, using the little spatula that I'm using here, you can see how easy this is to get these up. Look at that. Oh, and they smell good too. I can smell the yogurt. Okay, let's flip it around. So you've got a couple of minutes to do this, but you do not want to waste time. And look at that. Doesn't that look nice? So I'm just going to pop this into the freezer for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to zoom in on this. I just want to show you them really close up. Okay, so I'm back, and these are still nicely frozen, and I just wanted to show you what they look like. So isn't that amazing what you can do with a little bit of yogurt and a little bit of time and your freezer? Look at these. I'll see if I can break one down with another spoon. I'll just take one here, and I'll just show you how nice these are. Can't really break them, they're pretty hard still, but you can see, you know, hopefully the spoons and me moving them around, you can see how hard they are. They're about the size also of a chocolate chip. Nice little crunch, and kind of like frozen yogurt. That's exactly what it is. Really, really good. There we have it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Really, really fun to try out. I hope you try this with your kids. Super, super fun. That's it for today, and I'll see you next time.